Alright guys, well welcome back to the channel. My name is Randall. This is the McClures. We react, review, make fun of, laugh at stuff over here. We're sponsored by McClures.store. You can go buy quality American products, help support the channel. We are live Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 3:30 to 5:30. So come hang out with us on rumble.com/McClures and see what we're doing. We're going to get into an interesting topic today. One of my subscribers, Amik619 on SoundCloud, if you want to check out an independent artist. He's from New Mexico, and apparently New Mexico has their first anti-gun bill filed. So we thought we should check that out. What I thought was funny is when we pulled up this story, so I type in New Mexico magazine law, the first thing that comes up on Bing is, looks like a fact check from the NRA. Says New Mexico has no laws prohibiting or restricting large capacity magazines, assault weapons, or types of ammunition. No municipality or county shall regulate in any way an incident of the right to keep and bear arms. And then you go to the first story, which is the NRA, Institute of Legislative Action. So yeah, let's get into this story here. So in what is just the first of many attacks on the Second Amendment rights expected during this upcoming legislative session, Rep. Patricia Royal Caballero on Monday filed House Bill 50, making it a felony to possess, use, manufacture, import, purchase, sell, loan, borrow, or transfer a magazine or similar device capable of holding 10 or more rounds of ammunition in the state. This restrictive measure contains no grandfather clause for currently and lawfully owned magazines, and it includes a $1.5 million appropriation to the New Mexico Department of Safety to administer the ban when it becomes law. Okay, so not only does it make a bunch of currently law-abiding citizens felons overnight, you're also going to throw $1.5 million in cash at it so you can make sure you get some news articles of some people being affected by your new law. This is absolutely pathetic. So the New Mexico legislature convenes on January the 17th, and they will meet for 60 calendar days. All right, so this is an old article from the 10th. I wonder if we can find anything that happened after the 17th. Let's see. Here we go, January 25th, 2023. Alright, so this is USSAnews.com. Don't let this happen to our country. And then they got like some commie symbol, bro. So they don't want the commie symbol to happen, or they do want the commie symbol to happen. Interesting. Well, let's see what these commies say about it. HB 101 would ban a multitude of rifles and pistols and make possession of any magazine which holds more than 10 cartridges a felony. Well, that's not accurate. I don't think it banned the actual gun, just the magazine. Let's see. Gun Laws 101. When was this posted? They say there's currently no magazine restriction. What was it? House Bill 50, right? Alright, so House Bill 50 from the 56th legislature, the state of New Mexico's first session of 2023. It's introduced by Patricia Roybal Caballero and Linda M. Lopez and Eleanor Chavez. So these three women are trying to take away gun rights, which is weird because women are the most protected by gun rights, seeming how they don't have the physical capacity to protect themselves. They need the gun to level the playing field. I could fight a dude in an alley, you know what I mean? And have a chance at least. Girls don't have that same luxury. Yeah, so not get rid of all guns, but yeah, basically any rifle they're trying to get rid of because exactly, Amik, where are you going to find an AR mag with less than 9 rounds? Especially when you want them to be 30. All right, so this is an act relating to crime, creating the crime of unlawful possession or transfer of a large capacity magazine, providing exceptions, providing penalties, and making an appropriation. So unlawful possession or transfer of a large capacity magazine, exceptions and penalties. It is unlawful for a person to possess or transfer a large capacity magazine within New Mexico except when the person is a resident of another state who transports a large capacity magazine into New Mexico for use exclusively as an established shooting competition, a peace officer in accordance with the policies of the Peace Officers Law Enforcement Agency, who is certified pursuant to the Law Enforcement Training Act, or employed on a temporary basis by the agency and has successfully completed a course of firearms instruction provided by the New Mexico Law Enforcement Academy, or provided by a certified firearms instructor employed on a permanent basis by a law enforcement agency. An active or reserve member of Armed Forces of the United States, Army National Guard of New Mexico, or the Air National Guard of New Mexico. Federally licensed firearms manufacturers engaged in the manufacture of large capacity magazines for sale to the branch of Armed Forces of the United States or law enforcement agency for the use of that agency or its employees. So if you're a gun manufacturer who makes large capacity magazines in the state of New Mexico, but you do not sell them apparently exclusively to armed forces or law enforcement, you what? Need to pack up and get out of the state? That's crazy. An entity that operates an armored vehicle business or its authorized employees for use exclusively in the course of the scope of business. Forensic laboratory or its authorized agent or employees for use exclusively in the course or scope of authorized activities. Federal, state, or local historical society, museum, or institutional collection that is open to the public, provided the large capacity magazine is properly housed and unloaded. What good is what good is an unloaded and housed magazine, bro? That's the funniest thing about these people. They're like, well, you can own a gun, just keep it not loaded, locked up where it takes 5 minutes to get to. Yeah, because that's gonna help. That's gonna help. I'm thinking about buying a much smaller gun so I can conceal carry around my house comfortably. Or getting one of those shoulder ones where you can just carry it right here so it doesn't bother you doing anything. Yeah, because I've always thought about it. I'm like, well, if shit pops off and I gotta run to my bedroom or run to where else we have guns stashed, I might already be shot at that point. All right. So a person who violates the provision of the subsection A of this section is guilty of a 4th-degree felony and upon conviction shall be sentenced in accordance with the provision of sections 31, 18, 15, NMSA 1978. So a firearm in this section means a weapon that can or is designed to or may readily be converted to expel a projectile by the action of an explosion, the frame or receiver of a firearm, or any firearm muffler or firearm silencer. Large capacity magazine in this case means a magazine or receptacle for a firearm that holds cartridges or shells under spring pressure preparatory? 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 I don't even know what that word is. For feeding into the chamber of a belt, drum, feed, stripe, or tubular device that is capable of holding or could be readily restored or converted to hold 10 or more rounds of ammunition. Large capacity magazine does not mean a feeding device that has been permanently altered so that it can accommodate 10 or more rounds of ammunition. Wait. So a large capacity magazine does not mean a feeding device that is permanently altered so that it can accommodate 10 or more rounds of ammunition. So it does not mean that. So that means you can have a feeding device that's permanently altered? That doesn't make any sense. An attached tubular device that is designed to accept capable of operating only with 22 caliber rimfire ammunition. Okay. So if you use shitty fucking target practice ammo. Tubular magazine that is contained in a lever action firearm. Okay, so if you have a lever action rifle, it could have, what do they call those? I guess that's a clip with more than 10 rounds. A feeding device that is manufactured or sold solely for the use by a lever action or bolt action rifle or shotgun, an antique firearm, or a firearm determined to be a curio or relic by the Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives. When did they add E to the ATF? That's new to me. Possesses means to actively or constructively exercise dominion over a large capacity magazine and includes the use of manufacturers. Oh, includes use or manufacturers. And a transfer means to move a large capacity magazine from one person or entity to another and includes receipt, purchase, sale, offer for sale, keep for sale, barter, trade, gift, give, lend, acquire, or import. $1,500,000 is appropriated from the general fund to the Department of Public Safety for expenditure in fiscal year 2024 to carry out the provision of this act, including the funding of additional local and statewide law enforcement, court process, and incarceration. Any unexpended or unencumbered balance remaining at the end of the fiscal year of 2024 shall revert back to the general fund. And the effective date of the provision of this act is going to be July 1st of 2023. So apparently, if you are in the state of New Mexico, you have until July 1st, 2023 to get rid of every magazine that you own that's worth a damn. Obviously, the goal of firearms is to get more bullets into it without having to reload. That's how guns keep you safe, is they fire bullets. So when guns stop firing bullets, you're no longer as safe. Therefore, larger magazine, the better. According to New Mexico, though, fewer opportunities to protect yourself, the better off you are. So House Bill 50 is a huge clusterfuck and definitely an infringement on the Second Amendment rights. So Patricia Caballero, Linda Lopez, and Eleanor Chavez, no offense to any of you, but you all have very Hispanic last names. And maybe that's why you have a anti-American stance on 2A. You know what I mean? Maybe. I'm just saying. Maybe that's a thing. Well, if you guys stuck by for this long video, I'm actually going to put this out as a video. I'm not sure anybody will ever watch it. But if anybody does, they should know. Because this is absolutely crazy. So you guys have until July 1st of 2023 to protest and hit the streets and call your legislative bodies, write letters, do what you got to do, because this is definitely an infringement on constitutional rights. If you want to support the channel, check us out Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We're live 3:30 to 5:30, rumble.com/McClures. Or you can check out the website, mcclures.store, www.mcclures.store. We sell quality American products.